It's a funny one. I was all ready to go, full of excitement and you know, buzz for the journey, and then I was like, went to start the van and then nothing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I left the lights on. So but the funny thing is, because my French is so bad, I was like, who am I asking here? Like, who can I say to give me a jump? And there was no one about that looked like inviting. And then I asked this guy, I was like, bonjour monsieur. And I went to sort of like try and explain, and he was just closed. Like, you know, like just not on it, just like go away. But then this woman see that I had a Spanish plate, and she was like, oh, hablas español? And I was like, yeah, I speak Spanish. And we just had a crack in Spanish, and then she was on it. And then, mate, the amount of times I've been jump started, I reckon in the last 2 years, I couldn't count. It's mental, mate. Like, not, you know, I've had different things, the alternator not working, you know, the batteries, my old battery was crap, so it kept always like needing jumping. Oh mate, it's endless. Love it, come on! Yeah, one of the challenges that I'm finding from this area of the coast, which is kind of in between Cannes and Nice, and to be fair, you'd include Cannes in that, is that there's not a huge amount of like sort of like places that like quite comfortable to park and stuff. Like there's a lot of signs and stuff saying no parking or whatever else overnight and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's certainly I would say a challenge in that sense, because you know, people come by and you speak to people and like, oh yeah, you know, you're not allowed to park here, like get fined and all that. I'm just like, yeah, but you know, what can you do, man? I suppose I just sort of like plead innocence, I suppose, and just say, well, where can I park then? You know what I mean? Like, be ready to go. But so far I've been alright. Got moved on the other day. I did put that in the video of the last vlog I did. Yeah, I put that in there. We got moved on by the old build. It was like a car park, and they just shut the whole thing to thing. And I do get it in some respects, like, because there's a few things to it, right? Obviously, I've got a fairly small van. Obviously, having, you know, quite a smallish van, it's fairly stealthy. You know, I don't. It's not necessarily like be seen 100% as like a camper van. Do you know what I'm saying? But you do get some of these bigger ones, man, and they're just so big and so bulky, and just there's so much to it. I could get why someone would be wound up by that, because they wind me up, to be honest. To be fair, because I just think, why have you got a satellite dish, man? Like, and you're sitting there watching a 40-inch plasma screen inside your camper van. Like, you're on the beach. Like, enjoy the beach. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd say this is the best freediving spot I've found so far on the coast. Bumped into many other guys doing a similar thing. But listen, I get it. Not everyone's in the same, you know, place I am, but I think that's why they do block off a lot of the spaces and say no campers and whatever else, and make it a bit harder for people to park. But obviously, then there's the other side of it as well, which is noise, as I experienced in Marseille. Check out my previous video for that. But yeah, I love to see the old vans, mate. I love to see a few of my fellow van lifers. I was on the way to somewhere, but to be fair, like direction Nice, but just like, it's just traffic. That is one of the beauties of having a van, is that when you are in traffic, sometimes you can just stop, like, especially because I'm near the beach. Like, this road runs right alongside the ocean. Gonna go check out Monaco. Gonna go and see what the situation is with parking and that over there. I can imagine it's probably the worst place in Europe for trying to get a camper van and go camping. So that's kind of why I'm thinking to do it, just for the crack, just for the channel, really. Like, it's just a bit of crack, isn't it? Like, I mean. As always, guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if notifications is your thing, don't forget to click the bell so you stay informed for future vlogs.